everyone, welcome to AdMaths with Kuan Shan. This morning we are going to do a topic called probability distribution. Okay, so let's see. Right, this topic, probability distribution, is divided into two subsections. The first is binomial distribution and the second one is normal distribution. So today we will do the binomial distribution first, okay? Alright, binomial distribution. Number one, this is the introduction, yeah? Discrete random variable. Now you know the meaning of the word variable. Variable means it's a value which is not fixed. It's not a constant value. So the value can change. So we are representing it with the capital X for discrete random variable. And what is the meaning of that discrete random variable? It is a random variable that has finite and countable values. Meaning the values for X are limited. You can count them with your fingers. For example, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay? So that's what they mean by finite. That means they are limited and countable. Example like this, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, for example. So all the values here, the values of X are whole numbers. You won't find decimals here. All whole numbers and also a very limited numbers. Not so many. Okay? Alright, example. So when I toss two coins, if X represents the number of tails, okay, X represents the number of tails, what are all the possible outcomes? So you see, you could get tail, 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 heads, heads, tail, or heads, heads. In this case, you have two tails, so X is 2. Here you have one tail, here no tail, so X is 0. So these are the values of X here, 0, 1 and 2. They are the random variables that we got. Okay, this is an example. Alright, now we go to this next one, Bernoulli trial. What's a Bernoulli trial? A Bernoulli trial is a trial or an experiment with only two outcomes. Meaning, the coin. When you throw the coin, you only get heads or tails, two outcomes. So that's considered as a Bernoulli trial. Other examples would be, let's say, rain or shine. You want to find the weather. So two outcomes. Or maybe a boy or a girl. Okay? A baby is born. Is it a boy or a girl? Two outcomes. So a baby being born is also a Bernoulli trial. So any experiment that you have only two answers, yes or no, okay, pass or fail, these are all called Bernoulli trials. Let's say I throw a die. How many outcomes are there? When I throw a dice, you have 6 outcomes. So is it a Bernoulli trial? No. Okay? Alright. Now what happens now? A binomial distribution is when a Bernoulli trial, this Bernoulli trial is repeated many times. Then the whole experiment is known as the binomial distribution. Okay, example is, let's say I want to throw a coin 5 times. Okay, or I throw a coin 10 times. Or let's say I want to test the weather for 10 days. So I'm repeating the experiment 10 times. So this is called a binomial distribution. When you repeat the experiment a few times, then the whole experiment is called a binomial distribution. Alright? Okay, now we continue with the binomial distribution. How is it represented? Okay. Okay, number, what was it? The binomial distribution is represented using the symbols like that. Okay, so this is the discrete random variable. This means to distribute. This means the binomial distribution. And what is N and P? N is the number of trials. Maybe we will write it here. N is number of trials, and P is probability of success. Okay, probability of success means if you have this experiment of throwing the coin, what's the probability of getting a heads? Half, right? 1 out of 2, because you only either have heads or tails. So the probability of success is half. Alright? Okay. Then we have something called Q, which is the probability of failure. Okay? Q is actually 1 minus P. Because probability maximum value is 1. So if let's say P is half, then Q will be 1 minus half, the other half. Okay, so these are the symbols that we use in a binomial distribution. And now how to find the probabilities in a binomial distribution? The probabilities of obtaining R successes is, this is how you write it, x equals to R, and the formula is NCR P power R Q power n minus R. Okay, now this is an important formula for you to find the probability values of R successes. Okay, this formula you will be using it a lot in your work later on. Okay, so this is capital P represents the probability. So whenever you want to find probability, you have to write P, then this is the random discrete random variable, this is how many successes you want, then you have this NCR, remember the formula in combination, then you put in all the values and you get your answer. Okay, I'll show you some examples on how to do that. Okay, let's look at an example. Next. Let's say example 1. A fair dice is tossed 8 times. Okay. Find the probability of and 2. Right? So, why did they say a fair die? Because that shows that there are no defects on the die. It's a proper die. Okay? No defects. So, a fair die is tossed 8 times. Find the probability of getting a number 6. If exactly 4 times. Okay, so we want to find when you see the word probability, you write capital P first. Okay? See the word probability, write capital P. And you want to get a number 6, x equals to 6. Oh no, not 6. Exactly 4 times, sorry. Exactly 4 times means 4. Okay, you want to find out what is the probability of getting a number 6. Exactly 4 times means x equals to 4. Alright, what is the probability? What is small p here? What's the probability of getting number 6 in a die? A dice has 6 numbers. So to get one of them, the probability would be 1 over 6, right? Yeah, that's how you get it. Small p. Small p is probability of success of getting the number 6. Then if you have got p already, what is q? Q will be 1 minus 1 over 6, which is 5 over 6. So these values, you already got it from the question. Now this one is your R, the value of R. Now we use the formula NCR P power R Q power n minus R. Let's substitute the values. N is the how many times you are tossing the experiment, how many times you are repeating the experiment, 8 times. So N is 8. R is what we want, exactly 4 times, so R is 4. Then P is 1 over 6, okay, 1 over 6, power R, power 4, and 5 over 6, power N minus R, 8 minus 4, 4. Now use your calculator and you can calculate the answer. Okay, this is the answer. That's the probability of getting number 6 exactly 4 times when you toss the dice 8 times. Okay? Alright, next one. You want to get, what's the probability of getting the number 6 less than 2 times? So, you write P, X. When you see less than 2, you must put less than 2 times. Don't put equals to here because it's not less than equals to 2. It's just less than. So, it's just less than 2. Okay? Now, when you see X equals less than 2, see all the values for X is how many times you can get number 6. Maybe none, 0, or maybe once, 1. So all the values of X, let me write it down here, could have been 0. That means you don't get number 6 at all. Or once you get number 6, or twice, 3, 4, 5, or all the 6 times you can get number 6. These are all your discrete random variables. All this is possible. But now they only want X less than 2. So all this is cancelled. S less than 2 meaning either number 6 does not come out at all or number 6 comes out once. So you need to do P X equals to 0 or P X equals to 1. Okay, probability of getting less than twice for number 6 to come out is maybe you don't get it at all or maybe you get it once. It's a or because you're only getting one time. Now or means what do we put? Probability of, okay, let's do the working now. Okay, X equals 0, we use this formula, alright? So it will be 8C0 because this is your R, this is your R. So 8C0 P power 0 power R and 5 over 6 power 8 minus 0 is 8. Okay? P power R, Q power N minus R. Okay, we got this for X equals 0. Or means plus. Okay? Then X is 1. That means here your R is 1. So it will be 8C1. 1 over 6 power 1 and 5 over 6 power 8 minus 1, 7. You get it? Then you use your calculator and calculate the answer, which will give you 0.6047 as your probability. So this is how you do the question. Okay, so important for you to remember the formula. MCR, P power R, Q power N minus R, and you have to apply the formula for each probability. Are you okay? Okay, this is one example. We will go on to some more examples. Okay, now this all up. Okay, example 2. Probability that Hamid will example. Now from the question, you should already get some information. The probability that Hamid will win a speech contest is 0.6. Okay, so 0.6 is small p. 0.6. Probability that he will win, okay? 0.6. Then from here, we know what is small q, which is 1 minus 0.6, which is equivalent to 0.4. Alright. If he takes part in 8 speeches, meaning n equals to 8. Find the probability that he wins. Okay, you want to find probability that he wins exactly 3 times. Okay, how do we write this down? We write from the word probability, we write p x equals to 3 because it's exactly 3 times he wins. So we use the formula n, which is 8, c, r, this is your r, okay, 8c3, p 0.6 power r, and 0.4 power n minus r, 8 minus 3, which is 5. And then you calculate the answer. Use your calculator and you'll get the answer 0.1239. Okay? Your calculator, you can do 8c3, then you put times 0.6 power 3 times 0.4 power 5, and you should get the answer. You can practice on your own. Right? Okay, now we go to the next one. Okay. He loses less than twice. Okay, he is going to take part in 8 competitions. If he loses less than twice, how many will he win? How many will he win? Because we are talking about winning in this whole question. The probability given is also for winning. This stands for the probability of winning. So if he loses less than twice, how many would he win? He would win at least, he loses less than twice, meaning out of 8 competitions, he can afford to lose, to win all, that means x is 0, or win once, that's all. Correct? Win once. So how many would he? He can lose once or 0. So how many can he win? He can win at least 7 contests. Correct or not? He loses less than twice, meaning he can afford to lose 0 times or 1 time. Less than twice. Okay, so out of 8 competitions, you minus 1 will be 7. 7 he must win. Understand? So he must win at least 7. Okay, now we are going to write, find the probability. So P, x must be at least. At least 7 means more or same as 7. That means he must win at least 7. He can win 7 or 8. Alright? So this one will be probability of x equals to 7 or probability of x equals to 8. Because altogether, there's no more 9, 10 and all. Because altogether, he only participated in 8 contests. So more than 7 means 7, including 7 because of the line here. Okay, including 7, next is 8, that's all, no more. So your calculation will be n is 8, same, 8c, this is your r, so 8c 7, p power r, okay, and q power n minus r, 8 minus 7, 1. Next one, this is your r now, so it's 8c8, 0.6 power 8, and 0.4 power 8 minus 8 is 0. Now this part will be 1. Anything to the power 0, the answer is 1. So use your calculator and calculate the answer. 0.1064 is the final result. Okay, so it's important when you do the probabilities, it's all about, this question is all about winning. P stands for probability of winning, so everything must be in terms of winning. Okay? Alright. Hope you understand, huh? Exactly. Next one. Example 3 now. Okay, example 3. Example of 6 newborn babies. If okay, alright. The sample of 6 newborn babies is selected at random from a hospital. If X denotes the number of baby girls, fine. Okay, what information did we get from the question? 6 newborn babies are tested, so which means n equals to 6, right? If X denotes the number of baby girls, so what is small p here? What's the probability of getting a baby girl? Tell me. When a baby is born, how many options do we have? It's either a girl or a boy, right? So the probability of getting a girl out of 2 is 1. So your small p will be 1 out of 2. Like that. This is common sense. So they don't actually state there your small p, but you should know from the situation, alright? If they're talking about baby, so its probability is getting a baby girl is half. Okay, now that we got p, what is q? 1 minus half, which is another half also. So all this information we have got from the main question. Now let's answer. What is the probability of X being more or same as 5? Okay, that means out of all the 6 babies, 5 or more are baby girls. So 5 or more means what? 1 is 5 itself because we got equals to here, including 5. And what else? We only have 6 babies altogether. So 5 and the next one will be 6. That's it. Okay, because more than. X more than 5 meaning 5 or 6. So your calculation will be NCR P power R Q power N minus R. Okay, the other one 6C6 because it's R, half power 6 and half power 0. And you calculate your answer here, and I will get, that's how you do the question. 0.7656. Okay, this one you do in your calculator and you should get the answer. Hope you understand, yeah? Okay, now we go to the next one. Probability of X being between 2 and 4. But here it's including 2, so we start with Px equals to 2 or Px equals to 3 or Px equals to 4. Okay? Oh, sorry. You see there's no equals to, so there's no 4. Less than 4 means you stop at 3. Okay? So that means these two only. Now your calculation will be n n is still the same, 6c2 p power 2 q power 6 minus 2, 4. See, all the n, the p and the q are all same for the whole question. And the next one, 6c3 p power 3 q power 6 minus 3, 3. And you get your answer. Let me give you the answer. 5469. You can check. Okay, you use your calculator and you check whether the answer is okay or not. Okay, the last one, x more than 1. Now, if it's x more than 1, it should be, cannot be 1, not including 1. So it starts from 2, 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 6. Wow, there's going to be 5 sets of calculation like this. Isn't that a lot of work? Therefore, we want to simplify this. We want to find an easy way out. You can also do 1 minus before 2. What is before 2? 0 and 1. You calculate only 0 and 1. Okay. And why do you do 1 minus? Because the probability maximum value is 1. Okay. Probability of something 100% happening is 1. So 1 is the maximum. So it could be, instead of doing px is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, there's so much of working there. We will do the shortcut. We will say it's 1 minus what's before 2. Before 2 will be 0 and 1 only. We can do this, okay, to make your work much easier. So you get 1 minus, alright, only here you need the formula. So it is 6c0, this is your r, 6c0, half power 0 and half power 6 minus 0, 6. Plus this one. This one will be 6c1, half power 1 and half power 6 minus 1, 1. Okay, now you see you are only to do this, add them up, then you do 1 minus the answer. And it's an easier way, shortcut way to get your answer. So your answer will be 8906. Okay, you can check it out. So I repeat here, instead of doing so many, okay, you might as well do 1 minus the one before this. Before 2 will be 0 and 1. Okay, I hope you understand this. Okay, we can go on and do some more examples so you can understand the binomial distribution much better before you start doing homework. Okay, so I will give you another example, or maybe, let's see. Okay, one more example. Okay, example 4. 98% of the students in the school arrive let's see what we have, what information we can get from the question itself. Okay, 98% of students in a school arrive early every day. Now this is a statement. Okay, so from this we already know that small p can be 0.98. We change probability value, maximum is 1. So 98% we will change it to a decimal value, which will be 0.98. So now we know that 0.98 is small p, therefore small q will be 0.02 because it's 1 minus this. Okay, these two information we got already. Okay, a group of n students are chosen at random, meaning we are going to test n students. So this is your r value. Find the probability. The probability is given as this. So the answer is given here. Okay. So let's write the equation down. Your job is to find the value of n. So probability of x equals to r. R is n here because it's not because of that. N is n. Sorry. Now your r is this. All are chosen. All are early. So this all means this is your r. Okay. R is n. All of them. So that's why n is r. R is n. Sorry. Okay. Alright. Because of the word all of them are early. Is equals to 0.7386. Okay. So all this information is given to you. Okay. Your job is to find the value of n. So we're going to use the formula. So we don't know n, so it's NCN. Okay, because n students are taken into account and all of them are early. So this is n students taken into account. All of them are early is this one. NCN 0.98 power n and 0.02 the power of n minus n is 0 equals to 0.7386. Okay, this part, anything to power 0 is 1, so you can just cancel it. So you are left with this. And NCN is also 1, so you can also cancel it because anything, let's say 6C6 is 1, 5C5 is 1, so NCN is always 1. Okay. So now you are left with 0.98 power n equals to 0.7386 only. How do you find n? We have to log both sides. So the n comes in front. 0.98 equals to log 0.7386. Okay. Then finally, we can find our n. Bring the log over there. So we get log 0.7386 divided by log 0.98, and your answer for n would be 15. Okay, you calculate, you get n is 15. So this is a little bit different, but this is how you do the question. Same formulas apply. Alright? Depends on what they give. Okay. Okay, we stop here for this part. Now for binomial distribution, you also need to know a few more things. That is how to get a graph of a binomial distribution and how to draw the graph. Alright, so we're going to do graphs now. Graphs of a binomial distribution. Okay. Example. Aikal has 3 shots in an practice. The probability that he hits the target Okay, part A. If X represents the number of times he hits the target, list elements. A, B, and part C, plot the graph. Okay, let's do this first. Hartal has 3 shots in an archery practice. The probability that he hits the target is 0.6. So from the question, we got that this is small p, right? P is 0.6. Therefore, Q will be 0.4. Okay, and he has 3 shots, which means N is 3. 3 shots in an archery practice, so N is 3 because he's repeating this experiment 3 times. Okay, so now let's go and look at the first one. If X represents the number of times he hits the target, how many times? List all the elements in X. So what we do is, we put the answer. Okay, X could be what? He shoots 3 times, 3 shots, therefore maybe he doesn't hit the target at all, or maybe he hits the target once, or maybe he hits the target twice, or maybe he hits the target on all 3 shots. Is there a 4? Would there be a 4? Cannot, because he's only got 3 shots only. So maximum is 3. So these are all the elements possible for your discrete random variable X. Understand? Okay. So you have already listed down all the elements. Now they say calculate the probability of each element. Now we need to find what's the probability X is 0. You use the formula. N is 3, so 3C0, that is your R, 3C0, P 0.6 power 0 and 0.4 power 3 minus 0, 3. Find the answer. Then you do Px equals to 1, 3C1, 0.6 power 1, 0.4 power 3 minus 1, 2. Find the answer. Okay, so like that you have to do for all of them. Get the answers. 0.288. Then you do for P x equals to 2, P x equals to 3, and you get all the answers. Right? We said that the answer is 0.432 and 0.216. Same formula, right? Okay. Now the last part C will be plot the graph for this binomial distribution. Okay, you want to plot the graph of this binomial distribution. So what we do is, we put the axis here. Okay, here are the values of R. Okay, R could be 0, 1, 2 and 3. So you can put them here 0, 1, 2, 3.